Have you ever asked your boss for a raise? If not, don't worry, you're not alone. A lot of people have never asked for a raise, especially women. We're taught that talking about money is rude. I mean, when was the last time you talked openly about your money with your friends or your parents or your boyfriend or anybody, you know? It's just doesn't happen that often because we're taught that polite people don't talk about money. And so we don't really know how to talk about money, and we don't get to practice it very much, and we end up feeling really uncomfortable, even in a professional setting, when we're talking about getting paid. So today, we're gonna change that. Hey, I'm Lorianne. I'm the co-founder of Dow Janes and a money coach. And in a way today, I'm also stepping in as your career coach, if you will allow me, because I wanna help you figure out how to ask for a raise. Asking for a raise is probably one of the most nerve-wracking conversations that you may ever have. But sometimes, okay, most of the time, things will not just fall into your lap. So you have to learn how to speak up to get what you want. So here are 8 tips to help you prepare, feel more confident, and get your well-deserved raise. Number 1, know that it is normal. Hopefully you enjoy your job, but at the end of the day, you are there to make money. And your employer is well aware of that. Asking for a raise is all part of getting ahead in your career. And just because it's your first time asking for a raise doesn't mean it is the first time that this has ever happened. These conversations happen all the time, and it's likely not going to be the first time that the person you're asking the raise for has been asked for this. So even though it might feel weird and awkward and new for you, it's totally normal. It's a normal conversation to have. Number 2, be thoughtful about your timing. And before you ask for a raise, make sure it's a good time. A few things to consider. How is the financial health of the company? Did your company just go through layoffs, or are they in a hiring freeze? Have you been noticing budget cuts? If so, you might want to hold back and wait a little longer. How's your manager's workload? Are they mentally in a place where they're going to be able to really consider your request? And when's the best time of the year to actually ask for a raise? Have you recently completed a significant task or project? Have you been performing well at work lately? You want to make sure that you don't avoid asking and just tell yourself it's the wrong time, but you do want to time it well, because you don't want your request to be denied simply because it's a matter of timing. Not that, maybe the company wants to give you the raise, but they can't make it work right now. So just think about the broader context before you go and ask. Number 3, when you do go and ask, you want to do your research first and know what the market value of your work is. Compare your salary to current trends, do some research, understand if you're being paid a competitive salary or if it's below average, and identify a salary range or percentage increase that you would be happy with. Number 4, consider your qualifications. I want you to write out your accomplishments. Here's a few things you can include, like how has your company or department directly benefited from your work? Have you had an impact on the bottom line, on sales or revenues numbers? Have you increased them by a certain amount or percentage? Were you included on any big projects that had a big contribution to the business? And what positive feedback have you received? As you go through this, make sure to be as specific as possible and use as many quantifiable stats as possible. And this is not the time for modesty, okay? Women especially tend to cushion their requests with phrases like I feel or I believe, and I'm guilty of this too. But you need to demonstrate confidence in the value that you bring. So practice talking without qualifiers. Number 5, consider what you'll bring to the company in the future. You're asking for a raise because you've shown value and initiative in your current role, but you also want to make it clear that you plan on continuing to grow and contribute to the company once you get your raise. Think about where you want your career to go and how you can help the company succeed moving forward. Number 6, set a meeting. Give your boss a heads up that you want to talk about your current role and salary. Give them the opportunity to also prepare for this conversation and avoid ambushing them with the request. This will make the meeting way more comfortable and better for everybody. Also, try to find a time on their calendar where they don't have another meeting right after. That way you can have a spacious conversation where you can both say everything that you need without the distraction or pressure of an upcoming meeting. Number 7, my tip is to rehearse. Think about what you want to say in advance and actually practice saying it. Remember, it can really feel awkward to talk about money, and so the more you practice it, the more comfortable you are saying these words, the easier it'll be to actually have that conversation. And when you're preparing, you may also want to think about questions or objections that your boss may have. They may not say any objections in the conversation, but you'll feel better just knowing that you're prepared for any feedback or potential comments. Like if they say, oh, I'd like to see you do X more, even if your response is only, thank you for your feedback, you're gonna feel better just like knowing that you have a way to respond and that you're not gonna find yourself really uncomfortable in the moment. My last tip is to say thank you. Thank your manager. I mean, this is just good manners, but however the conversation went, thank that person for hearing you out, for making time for you, and if they give you any feedback, thank them for that too. All right, I know that asking for a raise is nerve-wracking, but honestly, with our current rate of inflation, if you are not asking for at least an 8% raise, you're gonna be making less money than you did last year for doing the same amount of work. And it is really normal for people to ask for raises, and even if the worst case answer is no, and you're just gonna keep getting paid what you're already getting paid. So it is time for you to step up and speak up for yourself, because unfortunately, no one else is going to do it for you. If you want to learn more about how to use your new salary to work for you, be sure to check out our free masterclass on how to build wealth as a first-time investor. All right, thanks so much for watching. Good luck, go get your raise, and let us know how it goes in the comments.